As respected Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, Principal Secretary IT, Government of Odisha, my colleagues from UIDAI, DDG Aadhaar usage and DDG Regional Office Hyderabad, senior officials and functionaries from the state government in the audience, my colleagues from the UIDAI, the registrars, the operators, and our special guest from Karnataka, who's here. I welcome you all to this state level workshop being jointly organized by UIDAI and the state government of Odisha. At the outset, I would really like to thank Chief Secretary sir, because he has spared time out of his very busy schedule for this activity. Not only he gave time for the annual meeting of the UID implementation committee, but he has committed more time toward this workshop also, and he's kindly agreed for a few presentations also. So really thankful to him for giving so much of importance to the work related to Aadhaar and the UIDAI. The state government, led by Principal Secretary IT and his colleagues from OCAC, they have been very strongly supporting the initiatives related to Aadhaar, and because of which many new activities have happened. So many schemes under the DBT mission have been taken up. There are, I think, 11 initiatives under the 44B2, which is not really the funds, but other than the funds from the state, and the schemes are using the Aadhaar authentication. The UID implementation committee meeting in every state is held once a year. So this is an annual feature. So we have been clubbing the meeting with a half day or depending on the requirement, a full day workshop along with the state officials. The idea is that UIDAI and the state governments have to very closely work together to achieve the maximum benefit which can be taken from the Aadhaar ecosystem. There are issues related to enrollment of children, the mandatory biometric update of the children at the age 5 to 7 and at the age 15 to 17. There are issues related to updates. There are issues related to registrars, operators, their payments, the machines, integrations, and we need information on the Aadhaar state verification portal, the information related to births, deaths, and that is why this close cooperation is required. And it becomes extremely important to sensitize the stakeholders about how we can work together and how we can achieve those objectives. And that is why this workshop sets that agenda. And my colleagues from the UIDAI will be able to give you a very broad picture about what is happening within the UIDAI ecosystem and what all is being done by other states, and how Odisha can replicate many of those initiatives or can come out with new initiatives of its own within the ecosystem. Aadhaar, as the name suggests, it's actually the foundation, and the Aadhaar ID is the foundational ID. Now today it's a household name. I think everybody in this country knows Aadhaar. More than 141 crore Aadhaars have been made till date. So it sounds more than the actual population, because many people who would have died over the years, their records have not been deleted from the system, and we are making a persistent effort towards that, to remove those Aadhaars from the ecosystem where people have already died and deactivate those Aadhaars so that they are not misused. Many things about Aadhaar, there are the confusions, there are doubts, there are perceptions, and many times those perceptions are not correct. Most of the people think that Aadhaar or the UIDAI has a huge pile of data which they can get from UIDAI and then use it for so many other activities. Let me tell you, UIDAI actually is a very lean organization in terms of data. Generally the perception is the other way. Generally the perception is that, no, we have a pile of data. But let me tell you, in the Aadhaar ecosystem, for any individual, apart from the biometrics, which are the fingerprints, the iris, and the face, these are the biometrics, we capture only 7 fields. We get the name, the date of birth, the gender, address. Mobile and email are optional. That's all. This is the only data we have. contrary to the popular belief, there is no father's or mother's name in the Aadhaar. It is not there. It is only the name of the person, name of the Aadhaar number holder, as we call it, ANH. There is no caste, there is no relation, there is nothing else available in the database. And this is used for something called authentication. So for the authentication, anybody who is a requesting entity, under the section 7, the DBT schemes, they are all the requesting entities, and under the 44B2, under the new SWIC rules as we call them, the government and private entities can use Aadhaar authentication for purposes which are in the interest of the state. So the requesting entities capture the Aadhaar number and the consent of the Aadhaar number holder and pass it to us and get a response from us. And we provide only two kinds of responses. One is known as yes or no response, and the other response is known as the eKYC response. Right? These are the two responses that we give. You want to check whether the person is same, just want to verify the authenticity. For example, say biometric attendance in the office. So somebody is coming, putting his thumb. You want to check whether it's the same person. So Aadhaar number is captured, the fingerprint is passed on. So we match the fingerprints of that person with the Aadhaar number and give you back the response saying that yes or no. So if it matches, the attendance is marked. If it doesn't match, the attendance will not be marked. Same happens in the PDS. On the other hand, for the financial entities and many times for onboarding of new schemes, the requesting entities are asking us, please provide me the name of the person, please provide me gender, date of birth, address and photo. So they need 5 fields. So on their request, we provide these 5 fields, and this is known as eKYC, know your customer. So many of the new onboarding processes use this facility. The banks, the NBFCs, state government schemes, central government schemes, first time onboarding, they are using eKYC. So this is the major connect that we have in the authentication ecosystem. And if I were to give you a small estimate of the kind of transactions that we do, it's 9 crore authentications per day. So many entities are using it. There are roughly 3,000 schemes of the central and state governments which are onboarded and doing Aadhaar authentication. So on the authentication side, we provide this service, and there is a huge ecosystem. There are devices which are known as L0 devices, L1 devices. We are moving, upgrading on that side, and we need the support of the state government on that side also. The other activity that we do is for these Aadhaar number holders or the residents is the enrollment and update. Almost the population is saturated. We have actually more than 100% Aadhaars. As I told you, there are people who have died, but their Aadhaars have not been cleaned from the system, and that's why the figure is more than 100%. But if we count something called live Aadhaars, when we adjust for the number of deaths, then we have 95% Aadhaars in the system. And the numbers lacking are only in the young age category, 0 to 5, where the enrollment across the country is roughly 40%. The rest of the population is almost saturated. So in the age group 5 to 18, it is 98% plus. In the age group 18 plus, it is 99.9%. So almost everywhere. But in spite of that, we receive about 75,000 enrollment requests per day, which is roughly 2.25 crores every year, which is almost equal to the population growth. So every year 2.25 crore children get added to the population, and simultaneously that many number get enrolled. So that means whosoever is coming into the system is getting added into the Aadhaar ecosystem. Then the second thing is update, and people need to change their addresses, they need to change their mobile numbers. Some people want a change in date of birth, they want change in name also. Small number of requests also come for change in gender. And these are about 7.5 lakh per day, which is about 23 crores in a year. So we cater to those requests, and all these requests are handled by the operator ecosystem. There are about 1 lakh operators in the whole ecosystem. the operators belong to the registrars and they are normally state government entities. So the states do have this access to increase the number of operators if they want to. If they want to reach out to certain groups where they are missing, they want to hold things in the camp mode. So we can facilitate that from our side. We can work together in the camp mode, and whosoever is left or there are issues related to updates, those can be done together. So I think I will not go into too many of details because my colleagues will be talking about these aspects in detail. And if you have any concerns, whether registrars, as enrollment agencies, or in the authentication ecosystem as requesting entities, as state government, if you have any concerns as a resident, if you have any issues related to your own Aadhaars, perhaps you can take up, and I hope this workshop will be very, very useful because we would like to hear the Chief Secretary sir and his views. And before that, the people who have done excellently well in this system, we have identified 3 such people, and we want to give them a certificate as an award of their excellent work which they have done. I'll request actually Chief Secretary sir to give away those awards and request to announce the names of the participants. They can come onto the stage and get their certificates from Chief Secretary sir. So once again, thank you everybody for joining this workshop, coming here. I expect a very active participation from all of you. I want you to ask a lot of questions. Ask us what all can be done, what all cannot be done, how you can use, and how the maximum impact can be derived out of Aadhaar so that this workshop is successful. Thank you so much.